Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja ki jai. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Bondo moi savadana mate Jahara prasade bhai e bhavadori ajay. Krishna prapti ho ja hoite. Guru mukha padma vagya chitete gori agya. Arana guri o mane asha Shri Guru Charane Radhe Esel Damagati. Japrasade pure sarva asha Shakudana dilo jai janme janme prabhu se Divya Gyani de Bragasitu Prema Bhakti Jahoite Advidya Vinasa Jaite Veda Gajara Garitu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Jannara Bandhu Lokana Lokara Jivana Srila Prabhupada Lokara Jivana Ah, Prabhu Kora Doya Deamore Padachaya Ebeja Sisikti Bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Padita Bhavana Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswata Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Shinnavari Paskatade Satarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannath, Swami Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Nita Gora Sundar Nita Gora Sundar Gora Sundar Jaya Radha Radha Nadu Radha Radha Nadu Radha Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada
Jai Om Vishnu Pad, Hare Kripam Acharya, Stota to Divine Grace. Abhay Charana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad, Hare Kripam Acharya, Stota to Divine Grace. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Goti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. New Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Yamuna Maya Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Their Lordship Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar Ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Tala Tala Dedayini Tala Tala Dedayini Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Hiranyakashi Shilatankana Kalaye Shilatankana Kalaye Shilatankana Kalaye Eto nirsingo pareto nirsingo to nirsingo pareto nirsingo eto nirsingo pareto nirsingo to nirsingo pareto nirsingo yato yato yani taito nirsingo yato yani Yato yato yani taito ni shingo. Yato yani taito ni shingo. Baye ni shingo, iraye ni shingo, ye ni shingo, ye ni shingo. Baye ni shingo, iraye ni shingo, ye ni shingo. Narasimha Maram Saranam Prapati Maram Saranam Prapati Narasimha Maram Saranam Prapati Dabakara Kamala Vare Nakama Buddha Chinga Dalita Hiranyakashipur Kano Pringa Kesavadita Narari Rupa Jayo Jagadisha Re Jayo Jagadisha Re Kamala Vare Nakama Buddha Chinga Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakama Buddha Chinga Kalita Hiranyakashipu Kano Pringa Kesavadita Narari Rupa Jayo Jagadisha Re Jayo Jagadisha Re Kara Kamala Vare Nakama Buddha Chinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Kano Pringa Ekavadita Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Jayani Singare, Jayani Singare, Singare, Jayani Singare, Jayani Singare, 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 Jayani Singare, Jaya Praladi Singa, Jaya Praladi Singa, Praladi Singa, Jaya Praladi Singa. Praladi Sinha, Praladi Sinha, Praladi Sinha, Jaya Pralad, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya जय श्री नृसिंहदेव भगवान की श्री प्रहलाद नृसिंहदेव भगवान की श्री शिला प्रभुपाद की गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If we can all say the mantra in unison. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. All glories to Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. All glories to Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Sundara ki. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. A very warm welcome to all of you present today to our Sunday Love Feast program at New Jagannath Puri Temple. We welcome you on this hot day, literally, and we hope you enjoy the program. Anybody here is for the first time? No? Welcome, Mataji. Can we all applaud her and we give her a warm welcome? Thank you so much. We have a gift for you. This is for you, Mataji, and we welcome you. We hope to see you here for our next program, which is next week, Sunday. Welcome. Thank you. Another announcement. Anyone here who is celebrating a birthday or had a birthday in this week? Very special individual. Ishara Mataji, are you in the temple room? Oh, she's downstairs. Anyway, it's her birthday was on Friday, and she has so lovingly sponsored our feast today, so we will wish her downstairs. And another Mataji, you raised your hand. When was your birthday? Monday. Please come. Friday. Come forward. We have a gift for you as well. This is a bag of gifts. There you go, Mataji. We wish you all the very best in your Krishna consciousness. Thank you, devotees. I would like to mention the program rundown for today. We will have class, which will finish at 12:20. Afterwards, we may have question and answer session, which will be a few minutes, followed by the announcements. And that will take us into 12:30, where we will respectfully be part of the Arati ceremony and the Kirtan. And thereafterwards, we will proceed to having prasadam down at the temple hall. So today, I would like you all to welcome our speaker. Her name is Her Grace Krishna Mataji. But before I introduce you to her, I would like to give gratitude and appreciation to all the Vaishnav devotees that are involved in the New Jagannath Puri Temple. Let us give thanks and gratitude to the devotees that have dressed the lordships today. Her Grace Priyadarshini Mataji dressed Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. His Grace Pandu Prabhu dressed Sri Nitai Gaurasundar. And Guru Parampara and Srila Prabhupada were dressed by His Grace Ram Gopal Prabhu. So let us give them thanks today for that service. And we also give thanks and gratitude to the devotees that are serving downstairs in the preparation of prasadam, cutting of vegetables, cooking, the devotees that are in the Govinda's restaurant, as well as in the matchless gift shop. So thank you all for being attentive today, and as well as for all the devotees that are serving at New Jagannath Puri Temple. I would like to now introduce you to our speaker for today, Her Grace Krishna Mataji. She's a long-standing devotee with us for the past 25 years at New Jagannath Puri Temple. She's part of management, she's an educator, and she has a very, very amazing topic today, which is minding the mind. A small exercise I would like to do, which will just take a few seconds actually. If you all could close your eyes, and whatever I say, picture it. Jagannath, India, Japan, prasadam, paneer, kirtan, dancing, Prabhupada. Okay, you can open it now. Did you find that your mind jumped from one to the next, to the next, to the next in a split of a second as I mentioned these points to you? So that is what the mind is about. Mataji is going to touch base on that very amazing subject matter, minding the mind. And before we go into class, we will sing Jaya Radha Madhava, which will be sung by His Grace Ram Gopal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari. Jaya Kunda Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari Yashodanandana Prajajanarandana Yashodanandana Prajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Varachari Yamuna Tira Varachari Jaya Ram Jayo Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Oh, it's saying Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radhe. Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Nitai Guru Sunda Nitai Guru Sunda Guru Sunda. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai.
So, Hare Krishna. And once again, a very warm welcome to you. I'd like to thank Her Grace Radha Charan Mataji for her sweet and kind words. And I especially appreciated that she remembered to appreciate the devotees who are involved in various services. So thank you for that, Mataji. I think if all of us can remember that one thing, in Sanskrit they say krita gyan, that means to know what has been done. So that is a very good quality to have as a devotee. So we're going to read from Bhagavad Gita today. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from chapter 6, text 34. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayort iva duskaram. Translation: for the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Please repeat. For the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna, subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. The purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The mind is so strong and obstinate that it sometimes overcomes the intelligence, although the mind is supposed to be subservient to the intelligence. For a man in the practical world who has to fight to many opposing elements, it is certainly very difficult to control the mind. Artificially, one may establish a mental equilibrium toward both friend and enemy, but ultimately, no worldly man can do so, for this is more difficult than controlling the raging wind. In the Vedic literature, Katha Upanishad 1.3.3.4, it is said, Atmanam rathinam vidhi sariram ratam evacha buddhim tu sarathim vidhi mana pragaham evacha indriyani hayan ahur visayam stenu gocharan atmendriya manoyuktam bhoktiti ahur manisina. Meaning, the individual is the passenger in the car of the material body, and the intelligence is the driver. Mind is the driving instrument, and the senses are the horses. The self is thus the enjoyer or sufferer in the association of the mind and senses. So it is understood by great thinkers. Intelligence is supposed to direct the mind, but the mind is so strong and obstinate that it is often overcome even when one's own intelligence, as an acute infection, may surpass the efficacy of medicine. Such a strong mind is supposed to be controlled by the practice of yoga, but such practice is never practical for a worldly person like Arjuna. And what can we say of modern man? The simile used here is appropriate. One cannot capture the blowing wind, and it is even more difficult to capture the turbulent mind. The easiest way to control the mind, as suggested by Lord Chaitanya, is chanting Hare Krishna, the great mantra for deliverance in all humility. The method prescribed is Save Mana Krishna Pada Aravinda. Their Lordships Jagannath Paladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki. One must engage one's mind fully in Krishna. Only then will these remain so other engagements to agitate the mind. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vanchakalpa Turubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnabhyo Namo Nama Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this topic of mind control really fascinates people. I'm not sure if you have heard of a person called Uri Geller. He was said to be someone who, by the power of his mind, could move instruments, could bend spoons, and such things. Then we've heard the phrase, don't play mind games. You've heard this? Okay? Where people start to use manipulatives to control whatever is happening in a relationship. And then, of course, we've come across the two personalities, Jekyll and Hyde. Sometimes Jekyll is in the forefront, and then comes out Hyde, and people don't know sometimes who they're dealing with when they are in relationships with others, because this is a fight that is happening in the mind. And just last month, November, it was dedicated to those especially afflicted with mental illness. And now that we're in the month of December and called the silly season, and people are celebrating to no end. And then on the other hand, you have those that are alone, that are reflecting on their life throughout the year, and then go into depression, and the mind starts to play havoc with them. So even in the scriptures, the ancient scriptures, there's so many references to the mind. One Sanskrit term that is used to describe the mind is markatasya surapanam. And this means the mind is described as a monkey, a restless monkey who is drunk. And not only is this monkey drunk, but it's been bitten by a scorpion. And as if that wasn't enough, the same monkey is also haunted by a ghost. Now, who can tell what the mind can do? Can you just, for a moment, for a few seconds, try to imagine a restless, drunk monkey bitten by a scorpion, haunted by a ghost? And this is our mind. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy." So the mind is the center of all the sensory activities. It is where all these thoughts are conjured up. It is the reservoir of our sensory pleasures. In many cases, it's the mind. The mind is the culprit for taking little things, petty things, and creating an insurmountable problem. And we think, what am I to do? Now I've reached the end. So, Srimad Bhagavatam tells us many, many stories. Not just for us to sit back, enjoy, laugh at in some cases, but there are lessons, so many moral lessons. His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshava Maharaj, when he delivers his lecture, actually he has many channels, and he says this is the wisdom that breeds. That even though we read scripture, that's not the end. It is how we apply that in our lives that matter. So from Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn of a personality who was the Avanti Brahmin. And he was said to be very, very rich. And he had businesses, but he was also puffed up and prone to anger and cruelty. And as Providence would have it, we say karma, he lost all of his money. And then he decided he would take to renunciation. Decided to take such a step, didn't meet with the outcomes that he thought initially would come his way. So he would sit down and meditate, and people passing by would make great fun out of him. They would tease him. And when all of this was happening, the Avanti Brahmin decided he should take to surrendering to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. And from all of this, the people who were chastising him or calling him names or teasing him, he said that it was the fault of his own mind, because he said it was the mind that was creating this atmosphere of sometimes being in happiness and sometimes being in distress. Now, if we think about it, sometimes we are prone to illness. Now, somebody may take that to mean, oh, this is the Lord, He's punishing me, or if it's someone close to you, He's punishing me still because why is He doing this to this person, right? We may see that in a negative light. But for one who is self-realized, who understands the deeper meaning of the true self, that person will not be viewing the illness in such a manner. Yes, physically, there may be some kind of disease or some ailment to the body, but the way we perceive it, our reaction, how we handle reversals in our life matters. And all of this is giving reason for the mind either to accept what is happening or to reject, because that's the business of the mind, to accept or to reject. When you control the mind, then you can have deeper relationships, right? And then you'll be, even if things, whether it's favorable or whether something is supposed to be unfavorable, it will not cause you to falter. You will remain dhira, right? In Bhagavad Gita, we come across that in chapter 2, especially speaking about how we should be tolerant and steady of mind. The mind is often described as a knife. Now, a knife in the hands of a surgeon can do wonders. It can save many lives. But the same knife in the hands of a criminal can cause havoc, because that same knife can be used to commit crime and murder. Okay, so we need to be careful how we use the mind. And the mind has been formulating impressions from many, many lifetimes. We call it samskaras. And all the impressions of the past, added to whatever is happening in the present, they are all stored in that mind. And now and then, something from the very distant past comes up, and even the person himself may be surprised. How did I even remember that? And then you use it either to your advantage or not. The mind can be remembered in this way, and there's an acronym, right? It's MINDS. Firstly, the mind, M is for magnifies. The mind has the habit of taking something, like I said earlier, minute, and making a big story out of it. We say often, why are you making a mountain out of a molehill? You've heard that? That's exactly what the mind does. Maybe somebody just bumped you accidentally. And then you go, but can't you see where you're walking? And now I drop my prasad, and what am I going to do? Something very little. The next thing, I. I is for infinite. No end to the demands it will have. You got first a one-bedroom house, not good enough, need to work for the two-bedroom. Get the two-bedroom, not enough, need to go for the three-bedroom. Not enough the three-bedroom, need to have a TV in each one. Then you need to have a telephone in your shower, music system, and it goes on and on, right? Infinite number of demands. N is for never. The mind is never, or it tries to be released, never imprisoned, always loose, taking you hither, thither. And then D. D for distraction. Right now, so many of us may be sitting here, but I can bet your mind is, I hope they're serving butter paneer today. When is that Masterji going to stop talking because my stomach's really growling, you know? So you can be here, but not here, because that's the culprit, the mind taking you places. And S is for stress and anxiety. And so many thousands of books have been written about depression and mental illness and all these things, everything coming back to a mind that has been so freed. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam, like I said, teaches us many, many lessons. So I just want to very briefly speak about a pastime that involved two well-known personalities. One was King Ambarish, very, very saintly and pious character. And the other was the sage Durvasa Muni. You've heard of these two? Right. So, King Ambarish, like I said, was very pious, always performing austerities. And he was fasting a whole year for Ekadasi. He kept an Ekadasi fast. So he only broke that fast on the Dwadasi. Now, when it was time to break fast, who appears on the scene is Durvasa Muni. Now, King Ambarish was in a bit of a quandary. What do I do? Because the etiquette is to serve the sage that has come to your home. So anyway, Durvasa Muni decided before he would take any prasad or things like that, he would first want to go to the holy river nearby. So while he was gone, King Ambarish was in anxiety, asking the local brahmanas to, what do I do? How am I going to break my fast? Because if I don't, it will be considered not fasting. So like this, he was having this mental anguish. And then he decided he would take a little water, because it is also said that if water you could break your fast with, but is also at the same time considered not breaking your fast, right? These are some of the Vedic injunctions which we read about. Now, when Durvasa Muni returned from the river, because he's a sage and he has that power, he was able to perceive what mental anguish King Ambarish was going through. He was fuming. He was absolutely angered that King Ambarish had decided to take that water. So, by the power that he had, he invoked a demon. But the Lord's Sudarshan Chakra destroyed that demon. Because remember, King Ambarish was very pious, very saintly. So the Lord is always taking care of his devotee like that. And when King Ambarish tried to explain the difficulty that he had to Durvasa Muni was stubborn. He didn't want to listen. He didn't want to accept that. So this Sudarshan Chakra, I'm just condensing the story, actually ended up chasing Durvasa Muni throughout the universe. And when Durvasa Muni was seeking some kind of reprieve from this, he was told that you need to go back to King Ambarish. But being the saintly, loving and caring and compassionate person that he was, King Ambarish had said to Durvasa Muni when he eventually got to him that I have already forgiven you. Right? So you see, when we let the mind be hijacked by all these negative things, then real havoc comes into play. But remember, we only in the transit lounge of life. So we shouldn't take negativity so seriously. Because what happens is, when we start to perceive someone who we think has done wrong to us in a negative manner, then we are building resentment. And immediately time we see that other person, then we add on more layers of this resentment around our hearts. And what happens over time, as more and more layers of anger and resentment and dislike start to clog the heart, then we are not able to recognize our true self. And as a servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Lord, that will be a very dangerous position to be in. It's said that God gives, 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 and forgives. But people get, and forget. Right? So the mind will want to constantly remind you, especially if someone has done something bad or unpleasant to you. And when that happens, many of the previous acharyas say that you must always remember all the good that Krishna has done for us, and that there is no limit to. Just last week, Sunday and Tuesday, Her Grace Urmila Devi Mataji was explaining to us how we can meditate on Krishna ways. You look out to the trees, you look at this, that's said to be the veins of the Lord, right? Even the breathing from the Lord, that's the fragrance of the earth. So every time you think your mind is going to jump to remembering the bad that has happened, you should try to remember the good that Krishna has done. So when the world hurts us, or we think that the world hurts us, then we should try, or some people become very closed up. Oh no, I'm not going to go to that place, that temple anymore. That devotee makes me upset. Right, so a very quick story. Once there was a guru who was trying to teach his disciple a lesson about what to do when unpleasant things happen or you go under some stress. So the guru said to the disciple, I want you to bring me 3 things. So the first thing he brought to him was a boiled potato. So when that potato was pressed, it collapsed. Like, you know, you get a jacket potato, You know what's a jacket potato, right? Matajis, you should know. I'm sure you probably do, right? So that hot potato collapsed. The second thing he asked him to bring was a cotton wool that was dipped in water. And when you squeezed on that, and that water dried up, that cotton wool eventually became dry and hard. And that's how some people become when they are put under undue stress or they have reversals to deal with. They become hard-hearted. They create a boundary around them. I don't need anybody. I can do this myself, right? And the third thing was the herbs that he had to bring. And when the herbs were rubbed together, then a beautiful fragrance came out of it. So we need to expand our vision in life. And we'll be able to achieve a lot more and not worry about all the petty things that can happen. Now, some little tactics that you can apply if you want to control the mind. Vishwanath Chakravarti said, you can try making prior vows or fix your determination. For example, if it's Janamastami coming up, you know you have to fast. And on that day, your mind will especially be poking and kicking at you. Why do you need to fast? At least fast 1 hour. Or no, just do it for half a day, that's it. Your stomach is grumbling, right? So this mind is playing havoc all the time. So he says that you should, the day before or a week before, try meditating. This fast is important. It's an important day. It's a mother of devotion, right? And you need to build up around that. Secondly, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said that when you wake in the morning, you should take a broom and you should beat up your mind 1,000 times. And when you sleep at night, you should beat up the mind another 100 times with a shoe. Now, you may ask, do I really have to do that? Now, some writers say, actually you should. But to explain the lesson behind that, it's because your mind is wandering all the time. There's no end, like we heard earlier, to the kind of nonsense that it comes up with. And it's not one stupid idea. The mind will give you, it's waiting and waiting to give you the next. That's why beat your mind up 1 time, not enough, 100 times, okay? You need to show your mind who's boss. Now, sometimes it's said that we have to also learn how to make peace with our mind. Sometimes, as long as you are still within the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness, you make a little compromise. For example, if you don't want to overeat, then you say, okay, I will have some Krishna prasad, right? But I will not overdo it. As much as I love butter paneer and I like it with puris, no, 11 puris are just too much. Maybe I'll just have 3 puris. So you have some negotiation. It said as long as you don't break any rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness. Another tactic, pay attention to the words and the meanings when you are listening to kirtan or when prayers are being sung or read. Because if you truly understand the meaning behind those prayers and the words in the song, then there won't be the tendency for you to feel lost or bored or irritated. Also, and a very, very important one for us, we need to start clearing those samskars, those impressions from the past. And I'm talking even lifetimes ago. And this we can only do by bhakti yoga. And bhakti yoga meaning we need to engage in some form of devotional service. The simplest method is chanting the Maha Mantra. While some scientists say that this religious chants change the brain cells, and we're not interested in that, while it could be the case, we are interested in purely what we have learned, that the mantra is so powerful. And this is what Her Grace Urmila Mataji wrote. The holy name has the potency to transform someone from illusioned to enlightened, because the name is Krishna himself. And in the form of the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is the Lord and His supreme energy, Radha. So these are not just 16 words put together. In fact, it's been said that each couplet of words, Hare Krishna, right? Hare Krishna. This is said to also be reflective of the 8 prayers of Shikshastakam by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, I just want to bring my lecture to an end by reading to you the words of Srila Prabhupada, because he said in Srimad Bhagavatam 1:344, no one can give rapt attention who is not pure in mind. No one can be pure in mind who is not pure in action. No one can be pure in action who is not pure in eating, sleeping, fearing, mating. But somehow or the other, if someone hears with rapt attention from the right person at the beginning, one can assuredly see Lord Krishna in the person in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. There's also Sanskrit song, one of the previous acharyas, Bhajo Hore Mana Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Durlabha Manava Janam Sat Sange Taro Bhava Sindure. It means, O mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which makes one fearless. Having obtained this rare human birth, cross over the ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly persons. So if we want to summarize how we can also control the mind, Mataji mentioned I'm a teacher, so ABCDs, association. If you hang out with the right kind of people, you will learn to develop a liking for the right kind of things. B, for books, right? There are so many books out there to help you, whether you're in happiness or in distress. Because it's said that Bhagavad Gita is not for the end of life, right? It navigates the complexities of life right now, and this being our summer book marathon, you should take advantage of that. Before you even distribute some of those books, even the smaller ones, try to read it, understand it. You will be amazed how much you will even learn from it. C is chanting, right? Mantra means to free, to liberate the mind. That is the best method. D is for diet, so eat the right kinds of things. And E is for etiquette. So we should try to be, like Prabhupada said, more Vaishnav-like, and watch how we're eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So I had to summarize a lot of the lecture because this is a very wide topic, but I do want to thank you for listening attentively. Are there any questions or comments? Please forgive me if there have been any indigestions. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Okay. So, for us to act in our best capacity, especially when we're trying to develop good relationships, we need to understand who we really are. That's the first thing. And you need to, if you understand that you are the servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Lord, then you will act in the right consciousness. And if you act in the right consciousness, then everything else will follow from that. And you gain self-realization by also me mentioning this ABCD, association, by reading, by finding out what is my purpose, why have I been sent here? And we don't just ask these questions when we're distressed, right? We are always seeking happiness, but the problem is we're looking for happiness in the wrong ways. But if you truly understand who you are in connection to the Supreme Lord, then you will know what real happiness is. We're serving so many bosses every day, whether it's the one at work, we're serving our families. Yes, we have those duties to perform, but the real taste of that love comes from serving our Supreme Master. Does that clarify, Prabhu? Is there any other question? Then if there are no other questions, I'd like to thank you once again. I want to encourage you, please participate in our book marathon. Read. If you're unable to read, listen to lecture. Sit amongst devotees, who are more experienced, who can share with you their realizations as well. And they will give you this taste for you to want to know more. I sometimes speak to Mataji's and then they say, I was feeling so down and out, but when I walked in through the doors of the temple, immediately I felt refreshed. And that's the positive energies here. And because this is the home of Lord Jagannath, he is waiting to see you, right? So also, if you need to talk to someone to reveal your mind in confidence, then please approach someone in management. We will direct you to the right devotees, and we will see how best we can assist you. So I'll hand you back to Mataji, who will make some announcements now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Her Grace Krishna Mataji ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for that heartfelt, wonderful class full of knowledge and wisdom, especially the tips and the tactics in which we can be mindful of the mind, where it can be your worst enemy or your best friend. And like in the Bhagavad Gita, Mataji explained, the simplest way to control the mind is by chanting. So I have a few announcements, and there are quite a few. The first being is to mention about the successful mega feed that the devotees and New Jagannath Puri temple was involved in yesterday, where we cooked 108 pots of wonderful biryani, and that was served to 27,000 individuals. So a wonderful, wonderful effort. We thank all the devotees that have assisted in the cutting of the vegetables, the cooking, the sponsorships, the donors, the logistics team, the temple management, our temple president in the back there, His Grace Bhavanu Prabhu, for arranging this amazing, amazing feat, as well as the South African Food for Life program. We thank them all that have been involved in this huge, huge event. The second announcement is a reminder for you to purchase your tickets for the upcoming Auntie Ramba and Friends show that will be taking place here at the new Jagannath Puri hall downstairs. It's on Saturday, the 21st of December, which is this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. The tickets are 150 Rand, and you can get them either at the gift shop downstairs or at the back here on the table, in the book table. So please, we encourage you to come through, enjoy the evening, spend it with your family and your friends. It will be lots of fun, lots of laughter, and good association. Third announcement, we have new Jagannath Puri diaries that have just come through. They're beautiful diaries for 2025, and they are being sold at 100 Rand. You can purchase them also at the book table in the back and downstairs. And we have calendars, next year's calendars, which are sold at 30 Rand. So you may get them also at downstairs and at the book table. Okay. Right. Quite a few announcements. Next one. To remind you of the frozen oven meals, we have now added an addition to this, which is beautiful, and I haven't tasted this, but they are desserts, the malva pudding, choc ganache cakes, and apple crumble, so you can get that downstairs as well. Next on the list we have is on the 19th of December is Sri La Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day. That is a fast till noon, so please be aware of that and partake in that. On the 26th of December will be Ekadasi, and most importantly, we also encourage all devotees to continue in the enthusiasm that they are currently, and if you're not involved, to be involved in Srila Prabhupada's book marathon, which will be ending on the 5th of December. And like we mentioned every week, there will be a lucky draw. So we'll now have the lucky draw for those devotees that have participated this week in the book marathon. So there we go. The lucky draw means that you get a gift for your participation. Ishara Mataji, it's your birthday today, isn't it? Would you like to come and do the draw, please? We mentioned at the beginning of the program it was her birthday. And she wasn't here, but this is Mataji, and it was her birthday yesterday. So there you go, Mataji. Yeah? Kanya Van Das. Is he here today? He's not here, so we'll keep that gift for him. Oh, okay. You have to, our temp president says you have to be here at the Sunday program to get your gift, so let's choose another name, Mataji.
Rinesh Raj Bans.
Rinesh Raj Bans. Are you here? No. Okay, another name, Mataji.
Devi Mudli.
Devi Mudli. Oops. One more. This is the
Vishek Deeplal.
Vishek Deeplal. Okay, we're going to do one more name, and then it'll be a rollover next week for 2 gifts. How's that?
Okay. Rambhadra Das.
Rambhadra Das. Rambhadra Das. Jai. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Sundar ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There you go, Prabhu. Thank you very much for your involvement in Srila Prabhupada's marathon. We appreciate it. Just a few more, one more actually, and this is a very important one. It's the exciting upcoming anniversary of our new Jagannath Puri temple on the 31st of December. we'll be hosting a Pushpa Abhishek, which is a flower petal offering for their lordships. And we humbly request that you all contribute to make this a very successful offering to the Lord. You can make your donations downstairs at the gift shop, and this will be a very wonderful start to Srila Prabhupada's arrival in South Africa, which is 50th anniversary. So we really would love if you could be contributing to that particular event, and we wish you well. Thank you all for your attention. We hope to see you next week, as well as forgive us for any shortcomings. Travel safe, and don't forget to be awesome in your Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Jai. We will now observe Arti and Kirtan, and thereafterwards Prasadam will be downstairs.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastathajastatharine Na Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastathajastatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita. That water is not open, I can open it and drink it. Sadiko Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Everybody chant and clap. Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Take the lamp from there. Put it that side. Bring this side. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 O Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga O Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Jaya O Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari O Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai Nitai O Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 O Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Gora 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 Hari 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 Jai Satchinandana Gora Hari Jai Satchinandana Gora Hari Jai Satchinandana Gora Hari Gora Hari Gora 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 Hari Gora Gora Hari Goranga 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 Nittai Go Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nittai Go Hari Bo Nittai Go Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jag Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Deva Jaya Subhadra Jagannath Swami Nayanapatagami Nayanapatagami Bhava Tume 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 O Jagannath Swami Nayanapatagami Nayanapatagami Bhava Tume Jagannath Swami Nayanapatagami Nayanapatagami Bhava Tume Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra O Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra O Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Nitai Gaur Sundar Nitai Gaur Sundar Gaur Sundar Jaya Nitai Gaur Sundar Nitai Gaur Sundar Gaur Sundar Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayam Vishnupad Parhamsa Prabhupada Sutta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki BBT Founder Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Parhamsa Prabhupada Sutta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Mahat Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Giridhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakun Radhikun Giriraj Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Shri Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Gangamai Ki Jamunamai Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki That Lordship Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki That Lordship Shri Nitai Gauru Sundar Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Marathon Ki Nitai Gopramanande All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shishi Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So just before you run away, there's a few things that we need to just clarify so you don't go away. That the anniversary of the temple will be 19 years on the 1st of January